Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about the PlayStation Classic. Probably one of the last times. I may talk about it one more when it actually launches, seeing how the news goes and everything like that. But at this moment, this is probably the last time I want to talk about it until launch. Man, could any company besides maybe at Games just blunder something up? Like, so the reviews have been coming in, and based off of what I've been watching, what I've been reading, it's not looking good for Sony. You know, all they had to do is copy Nintendo's formula, make a mini classic, take some of your best games that represent your console, make it so it runs almost like you're playing it on the real thing. That's all you had to do. Make it look nice. And then make a lot of money off of it. It sounded like PlayStation liked the idea of make a lot of money off of it. And that was about it. They're like, hey, let's make a lot of money off of it. Alright, how can we do that fast and cheap? You know what? Go get this, that, put it together. What games do we have to get on it that we don't have to pay anything for? That's almost what it feels like they did. Like, hey, how much you want for your game? Nothing? Alright, we're going to put it on there. Oh, you want money for your game? No, we don't want it. We don't want you. Yeah. Oh, joysticks? Now, let's not put that on so we don't have to put any of the games on. It's a good excuse. Interface? Nah. Let's get one that just looks like it's from the 90s. Okay. Sony. I like your plan. Very well executed. What about the emulator? We'll just get an open source one. We won't even build our own. You do know we've built our own before, right? Yeah, whatever. I envisioned that's how the conversation went. And then 2 days later, all right, we got everything. Sweet. See, I told you that was a lot quicker. Then we'll make the same amount of money. That's probably their idea. Their idea probably is, you know what? No matter what we do to it, we're going to make money off of it. Because people are going to buy it. Maybe at launch, but maybe not past launch. Not like a year later or 2 years later like the NES Classic. I don't know what the sales of the NES Classic are 2 years later. I still see them at Walmart, so, you know, hopefully those ones are selling. They're just rotating stock every once in a while. But really, Sony, at this point, I'm still debating on whether I'm keeping my pre-order. Like, the only reason why I would think about keeping my pre-order is the fact that it sounds like Sony did everything they could to make this thing as cheap as possible, to the point where they probably didn't even make it hard to be hacked. They're using an open source emulator, which means that I don't know anything about software development, but it probably means that it's a lot easier to hack the system too. The UI that they used looks horrible. You can only save one save at a time. I don't know. They didn't go anywheres on this console. What if more than one person wants to play it? Like, here's the thing. You can say, well, you only need one save, right? All right, but how many people are buying PS1 Classic who are probably 30 plus years old? A lot of people. Which means maybe they want to play the game with their families, their kids. Which also means it's like, hey, no, you can't play the best games on the system because I already have a save file. You have to wait until I beat the game. That's no fun. They should be at least 3 save files, if not 4 or 5. You're telling me it takes up that much memory to put a save file that they couldn't have added that extra slot? Sounds like they just didn't want to bother with the time of making it in the game or whatever they wanted to do. But, you know, now if I wanted to play, or a kid would want to play, you know, their parents couldn't play, it's like, hey, or what if you have roommates and you all want to play the game but you want to have different files? You can't do it. It seems lazy. And if they went that lazy, what else did they go lazy on? Construction of the unit as cheap as possible. Will this thing even last like a year? So I don't know. To me, it's looking bad. The company that's dominating the hardware platform right now, sales, you name it, they can't even make a good PlayStation Classic. It makes no sense. Honestly, at this point, your best PlayStation Classic would be get a PS3 if you don't already have one, pay $100 for as many PS1 games as you possibly can, and you got a PS Classic. Like, really, the PlayStation Television, if you can download PS1 games onto that, which I'm pretty sure you can, is your better PlayStation Classic. You can use a DualShock controller. You can buy the PlayStation games on it. Earlier today, I went on to the PlayStation Network and looked at the PS1 games that they have. 8 pages of PS1 games. On the first page alone, there is 5 games that are better than what's on the PlayStation Classic, and 3 or 4 of the games were on the PlayStation Classic on that first page. So it's like you have these games on here, but you don't have them on your PlayStation Classic. So really, if you want nostalgia for some of your favorite PlayStation 1 games and you don't own it, and you're really a big PlayStation fan, you probably own a PS3. Just download the games off the PlayStation Network. Plug in your DualShock, your PS3 controller, whatever you want to do, and you have your PlayStation Classic. At this point, really the PlayStation Classic's only useful if it's hacked. Yeah, that's it. I think Sony shot themselves in the foot. I think they're going for the people that pay attention to none of this and will just walk into a store and they'll see it and be like, "Oh wow, I didn't even know that was out. I'm gonna buy it, $100," and then be disappointed when they get home. I don't know, like Sony, what happened? So I'm still up in the air. I'm probably gonna cancel my PlayStation Classic because this is how I look at it. I'll be shocked if it sells out and it never comes back in stock. And if it does sell out, I guarantee those things will be traded into GameStops or whatever you can trade those into in a heartbeat. Easily by next summer, they'll be available to buy probably. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. I'm pretty sure by next summer, you'll probably be able to buy them brand new because they didn't sell out for $60 easily. So you know what? It might be worth just waiting to get a secondhand one, to get a brand new one that's on sale because it didn't sell out for Christmas. When people are trying to clear their stock, buy it brand new for $60. At $60, it's probably more worth it. But really, if you want to get those games and play them like Sony, buy them from the PlayStation store because they're probably running a better emulator. They'll work with a DualShock controller, and I would say PlayStation TV, but I looked on eBay and those things are going for $100 a piece right now. I remember buying mine like 3 years ago for $20, so I'm kind of shocked that they're all the way up to that. But if you have a PS3 or you know someone that has a PS3 that don't want it, go buy get the PS3 from them and buy some games on it. You'll be able to buy most of the games are $5, $5.99. Couple I saw were $9.99, but you know what? If you have an old PS3, spend $50 and you'll have 10 of the best games probably on there. They have everything from Tomb Raider, and Tomb Raider was going for like 87 cents. Not Tomb Raider 1, but 2 and 3 were going for like 87 cents or $1.50, something ridiculous like that. So you know what, guys? All this bad press shouldn't have never happened. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm hoping when it gets launched, it's hacked right away, and I know. Because what I may do is I may keep my pre-order, bring the system home, wait for after the holiday, the return period's almost up, not play with it or anything, just keep it in the box, and then see if someone hacks it. If someone hacks it, then I may not return it. But if no one hacks it, I'm probably just going to return it, wait for it to happen, buy it at a cheaper price, or not even open it because it may go on sale between now and Christmas because I can't see it being a big seller. Yeah, it's disappointment. Yeah, that's all I can say. All right, guys. That's it. I'm pretty sure The PS Classic is probably gonna be a bust, and it's really disappointing. Will Sony make money off of it? Probably, and that means we may get a PS2 that's a classic that they do horribly wrong, or maybe they decide, hey, let's do our fans right. Um, I don't know. It's sad. All right, guys. Have a good night. Catch you on the next video. Keep on gaming. Check out my other videos. And you know what? Enjoy Black Friday shopping because I know most people that watch these videos probably go Black Friday shopping. All right, guys. Good night.